VC. How are we, music lovers? Welcome back. Good to see you. Thought I'd film outside again because it's the I think the last video I did outside, and a lot of people commented on the bird noises. So hey, great background, isn't it? You'll hear some bellbirds, bing, 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 those sort of ones, bellbirds. I might even put some pictures if I can get fancy. There's a possibility you hear bellbirds, you might hear a kookaburra, cockatoo, galah. What else? We've got lorikeets, bush turkeys. They don't make much sound, they're just random. And probably my favourite is the black cockatoo. It just makes a really distinctive sort of crow-like sound between cockatoo and crow. See if I can put some pictures there. Anyway, so yeah, it's nice. It's actually a beautiful day today, so we've got spring, and you guys have had your summer if you're living north of that line. Yeah, so we're heading to a bit of spring now. I hope everyone's alright with the fires, in California. Obviously we know what that feels like, and how scary that can be. And yeah, the whole rest of 2020 crap. So, but but these pandemics and crazy times do not stop us music addicts from finding ways to purchase our drug of choice. Alrighty, so here we go. So pretty much, I don't think I've done a vinyl finds. There's one CD in there actually. I had another CD, but couldn't find it. I've been finding loads of CDs though, continually. Quite a few 45s, but not much vinyl in the charity stores. But these are stuff I've bought probably since that pandemic started in February. So say 6 months of stuff here. So in the end, I'm pretty happy. I haven't actually bought a huge amount. So most of these saying that is from online purchases, Discogs and eBay pretty much. So I did go to, my first record store I went to probably a couple months ago now, but the first time in like 3 to 4 months. I had like 20 minutes in there. That's all the time I had, and I was coming out with something. Okay, I was coming out with something. There was some wax coming with me, and it wasn't one of those times you sort of go in there, you're pretty much happy to buy. You want to buy something, and you can't really find anything you want. I don't know if there was, what's the worst thing you buy? Sort of like, I don't know, Bros or Milli Vanilli. That's it. Milli Vanilli was going to come with me. Thank God they weren't there. In the end, I couldn't find much, but in the end, I got another Dylan. It's on the wall. Wasn't good condition, reasonable price. Less than $20 for a Dylan is good price in Australia. Infidels, obviously not his best album, is it really? But still pretty good. I don't mind it at all. So, I'm pretty happy to try and just get the whole Dylan discography over time. So, yep, pretty good stuff. Nothing you guys probably don't know. Where am I going to put this stuff? Okay, second store I went to had a little bit more time. This is, maybe a month ago now. Couldn't find much. He's fairly close to me, this store. The owner is a little bit, I've said it before, he's a bit out there, and you not really trustworthy really. So all these new arrivals is not priced, so you got to pretty much pull out and ask him to price it. And I've heard him say, obviously he knows me, I've been there a few times, I've got a reasonable idea of prices, but when I'm in there and I hear people ask him to price stuff, and some of the prices he says, he just obviously judges the person, and it's not a fixed price thing, and it's not good, and a lot of people know that. Anyway, everything I asked for, didn't like his prices, but this was on the wall for $20, pretty good. Cure, 17 Seconds, their second album. I hadn't actually heard this. In good condition on the Stun label. A little bit of damage there, that's fine. Yeah, really good. I really like this album. As I say, I hadn't heard it. it's, you know, I think it's, what can I say about it? I mean, I found the like the sort of the, not the vocals, the other part of the music, the instrument part of it. Oh, it's just great. Really, that really stands out with this. So sometimes you might even say it's sort of partially instrumental. There's not a lot of vocals, I believe. As I say, I only listened to this probably a couple of times, but I just found the instrumentation really good. I think it was a brave move, because I think the first album had, you know, a few hits on it. I'm not sure if there was many hits on this one. I'm sure someone will tell me. Probably a forest maybe, and the final sound. But yeah, I really like this album. So yep, 17 seconds. The Cure. I was happy to find it on the wall, like for good price. All right, that's not going over there. Okay. All right. I'll show you. And then I went to. So I've been to 3 record stores since probably 6 months, and then just went to my absolute local. Absolutely. Last week, and you know, found a few things. I made a few rookie errors. I think I was just excited to be in there, and it's often not that well lit, but it was probably less well lit than normal. And I was pulling it. I think I pulled out one, and I was happy with the condition. The rest I just presume were in great condition, and they actually weren't. But you know, but I'm really happy. I'm thinking it's like T-Rex. Electric Warrior. I've been looking for this for a long time. You know, I really dig T-Rex, and this is something I just haven't been able to find. So I was really stoked to find it. This is not in a very good condition at all. Probably G. Luckily, you know, it's sort of in the 70s sort of era wax that that plays okay. So there is definitely some pops there, but not too bad. But I was quite shocked when I came home and thought, geez, I'm out of touch really with the digging etiquette. But I was happy with this one. So this one was actually in pretty good condition. Thin Lizzy Rockers. So you know, I've been getting into Thin Lizzy more and finding a little bit more stuff of these. But so to start open another can and just try and find, you know, old bands discography. So you know, often I don't get greatest hits or compilations anymore. But you know, bands that I'd like to get more of, but it's a bit of a daunting task. I was happy with this. This is like a tenner, so really good. Gary Moore's guitar and some vocals and that, and I really dig his guitaring, and just it is a rocker. So hope you can see that track listing. So happy with that one. Good comp. And this one I was quite surprised. The Kinks. So this is Word of Mouth. This was come out 84. I like the Kinks. I don't know their discography that well, really. I mean, I've got Preservation Society, which is an amazing album. I've got a couple of comps, but that's probably mostly what I've got of their studio albums. So I was thinking, I've never seen this one before, so I didn't even realise they were still around in the 80s releasing stuff. So yeah, just spun this morning. Yeah, there's still a reasonable amount of the original lineup on there. So very 80s rock, pop rock sort of stuff. It would be very weird to listen to Preservation Society and then this in combination, like, you know, next spin it after that. That would be thinking, what, it's not the same band. It's just weird. It's weird. I can't get in my head that they got stuff in the 80s, and I think probably beyond, haven't they? So anyway, but never seen it before, so I was really happy just to get that, because you know, I didn't really know that was around. All right, so and the rest are on a couple thrifties, so I'll show you. Not much, but I think there's 2. So I was surprised to see this in a little charity store. No, I think it was actually a big charity store, but in a charity store. So Heart, like, I've heard so many people talk about this album. I've actually never heard this album, and you know, I knew it existed, and I thought, I'll find it one day, and I found it. I have actually only spun a little bit of this. I like the sound, but I can't really tell you much more about that. But you know it anyway. But I can't tell you if it's going to stay or not. But yeah, I was happy to get that, because I've never heard of that, and I wasn't probably on my list to buy it. And this one was a cool comp. vicious vinyl, just heavy metal stuff. So really great track listing. This is a really good double album. This is a really good score for a dollar or two. Hopefully you can see those track listings. So yeah, so really good, great condition. It's from a charity store, and a bit of a write-up and band photos, just the sort of way compilations that I've got sort of set out. So yeah, happy with that vicious vinyl. Alright, so how are we going for time? Okay, sweet. So now, I did see Tone Scott just post this other day and got his first album, which is amazing. And I've been wanting this and I want this and all this sort of stuff. I'm just going to get it. Because I have been buying and selling a few. I mean, I've been buying obviously, and I've been selling some stuff online too, which is always good to bring some in, cash in, so you can use that. And Aurigas, coming from Reality. So this is an Australian press on the Blue Goose label, which is much better than the AM. Well, aesthetically much better than the AM label. Not sure sound wise, but yeah, just folky, psychedelic. It's not probably as psychedelic this one, but you know, I'm sure everyone knows about Rodriguez. This is not as good as the first album, I think. I only spun this once. It's good, so happy to get that. This is a cool one I got, the Missing Links. These are a garagey band from, it's all nice, hopefully this green will come out nicely in the light. Green wax on Sunday's reissue. This is something Ghana. So if you don't know Ghana, he's on, his name's High Octane Revival channel. Amazing channel. He's the garage adjectives expert in the VC. He's had lots of different names, so I don't know. He hasn't got that many subscribers, less than 100, I think, but you know, he should be over well over 1,000. And because he's changed channels a few times, so you want anything garage like, or just rockabilly, psychobilly, anything. But yeah, so he turned me on to this one. This is actually from Sydney, which I didn't realise. Hello pups, from Sydney. This is like 60 something. It's a reissue in the 60s, and really good. Just that fuzzy, garagey sound. So the Missing Links really good into garage. So very happy to find that. Thank you, Ghana. Another one I've been sort of looking at a while on People Show, Bauhaus. Great sort of, what do you call this? Like goth rock, sort of industrial, like really. In the field of the flat, in the flat field or something like that. In the flat field. So yeah, I was happy. As I say, I hadn't got anything from Bauhaus, and I was just happy to learn about them and score one. So happy with that one. My first Jefferson Aeroplane. It's a live one. It was pretty cheap. I saw online. So bless its pointed little head. Oh, bless it. So yeah, good live session. Was this at the Fillmore? Maybe not. But yeah, really good live Jefferson Aeroplane. Oh, I did actually have another one I found, but anyway, sorry, next time. Yeah, look, one of the greatest covers it's got to be in covers history. Just, you know, what an amazing cover, just like legendary. So Flower Travelling Band, a reissue. This is, you know, the Japanese band, which a lot of people know and talk about. This basically the first album. They're all covers. They did a great Schizoid Man from King Crimson. Is it? So just great, they're all covers, but they're just amazing, garagey sort of rock, psychedelic sound. So, and amazing cover. I did actually get a CD from these guys. I think it's one of the guys, I can't remember his name, Yoshi Urchi, something like that. I can't remember. Excuse my pronunciation. And it was something called Yoshi Urchi and the Flowers, which is pretty cool as well, but I can't find the CD, unfortunately. So anyway, that's good. This just came today. Couldn't believe it. Like, it cost me $10.50, and that was with free postage. And the postage on this cost $12 or something, so I don't know how that business functions, but anyway, so Syd Barrett, Opal. I don't know anything about this album. I've got Madcap Laughs, and he did have his first 3 albums for sale, but they were going for a bit high and I wasn't willing to pay that. I got Madcap on CD. I'd love to get it on vinyl. So yeah, I don't know. I'd be interested to hear how this goes. It's new, it's sealed. I actually unsealed it because sometimes it's a bit dangerous to get sealed, isn't it? But looked fine. Now I've got some stuff that it should be in my collection. Some Ramones, their debut. It's a bit of a different sort of green sort of tinge to it. You know, you've got to have some Ramones. You know, everyone knows them. Everyone knows some songs. You know, I've got that one, and I've got Rocket to Russia. So it's really stoked. Where do I stop? Maybe never with these guys. I mean, you know, how many albums of theirs? You know, if I find any, I'll pick them up. But I'm probably not going to actively seek out a huge amount more. I've got one of theirs, something on CD. But you know, I needed to get some Ramones on vinyl in my collection. This one's a cool one. This one is Brick, a funky soul disco album from 77 on the Bang label, which is a great little label. This was from discovered this by Naz Nomad, so shout out to Naz Nomad that pretty much everyone knows. Greetings from Canada, g'day from Australia. Anyway, so you know, I looked up on Discogs, so I didn't think this would be local on eBay or anything like that. And yeah, it was going for a little, not actually, it doesn't go for much at all on Discogs, but they're all in the US or something like that. So I think you can get this for a couple of bucks in the US, but obviously shipping costs a bit and not guaranteed to get here. But I was surprised that this was a local seller that had this, like 20, 25. So sweet, that was really good. Sort of, it's funky, has got a bit of disco-ish like sort of thing. Oh, great. Like song titles like We Don't Want to Get Down, we don't want to sit down, we want to get down, and Duzik, which I think was a disco number hit for them. And yeah, good stuff. So Brick, cool name. Another one I picked up a while ago, Magazine. I've seen real life people talk about this, and I sampled it and I liked it. Can't remember too much about it. Actually, got to spin it again. It was a while since I had this, but I liked it, so picked it up. So Magazine, got to spin that more. Had to get the Soft Parade. There was one I was missing. I'm still missing Strange Days on vinyl, but pretty much everything but something just had a message there. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So just need to get Strange Days on vinyl. Then I got pretty much all their stuff with Jim Morrison. I'm not sure if I'll chase the stuff without Jim Morrison. And this one, you know, as I sold a few things, I had a little bit of money there for purchases. You know, I've got this on CD. I know this album very well, and it's sort of a band. I sort of think I've got a few of their albums on vinyl, but I've got them all on CD. Would I need to get them on vinyl? I mean, they're a band album you want to play loud. But you know, I saw it at a reasonable price and went for it. So Bleach. What I liked about it also, it's got a live session on here as well from Pine Street Theatre, Portland, February 9th, 1990. So, you know, pretty reasonable price, very thick, everything's thick in there, cardboard. They've got like interesting sort of inner sort of sleeves, like the sort of contracts of, I think they're $650 I'll pay for something like that for this album. So yeah, look, I mean, I don't often buy albums I got on CD, on vinyl as well. Well, just depends. I mean, Nirvana's sort of one. If it's an album that you got to really pump loud, probably wouldn't buy it on vinyl because obviously the neighbours wouldn't be that impressed, or the birds. But in the end, it actually plays nicely softly as well. And another band that's, you know, probably this is as hardcore as I can get. I love punk rock and all this stuff, but this is about as hardcore I can get. Damaged. You know, sort of a really good price. The owner, or the person selling it, basically said it was a promo, an original, and it wasn't any of those, but it was still a very good price. So I bought it. You know, I didn't bother telling him, you actually got the wrong info there, matey. But anyway, so really good. As I say, it's probably about as hardcore as I can go. Will I get any more Black Flags? You know, obviously if I find them at the thrifties, which won't happen, you know, happy with that. And I got one CD, The Adolescents, X-Ray Specs. Which one's is it the X-Ray Specs? Germ-free Adolescents. I think X-Ray Specs band, hopefully. Yeah, great punk rock. Her voice is just made for punk. Great stuff. So that's it. Hope everyone's well. Hope you got the whole BirdLife discography or tweetology. Alright, hope you're well. Look after yourselves. I'll see you again.